श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओं। सुप्रभातम्। फ्रॉम पुनरपि जननम्। भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि नहि रक्षति डुक्कृङ्करणे। पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम्। इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे। भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते। Acharya here emphasizes on the aspect of surrender at the feet of the Lord and worship, which will definitely bring in more quietude, acceptance, and the ability to confront the so-called samsara and then move forward in the path of sadhana. Worship is very, very important, as we said yesterday, especially for the beautiful ambience that it creates in a home and makes a home a temple. And the culture is very, very, very important in every homes. If you consciously notice, it is not only in Hinduism. If you look at the Christianity, if you look at Islam, you look at any religion for that matter, a home is always decorated with lot of their Ishtadevata. If it is Jesus, you will find Christianity, you will find Jesus, Mary pictures. There will definitely be an altar. If you look at Islam, they may not have an altar as such, but you will definitely find those, representations of Allah. And what to talk of Hinduism? We have got 33,000 gods. We are so rich. There are plenty of them to protect us. So, any Ishtadevata or many Ishtadevata, we have got options. All for what? To keep the mind attuned to the higher. To keep the mind attuned to Bhagavan. Thereby, the mind is properly restricted and diverted towards noble activities. Continuing. Rathyacharpatavirachita punya punya vivarjita pantha yogi yogani yojita chitta ramate balonmattava deva bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudhamate. These are all various ragas which one can use to chant. The shlokas, we can use any type of raga, convenient raga for chanting. Idea is yena kena prakarena mana krishne niveshayet. The shloka is very, very beautiful, which glorifies, which brings the beauty in a person who has renounced, a monk, a sannyasi. And how do they see the sannyasi? Ramate. Ramate means what? He revels. He is enjoying. Remember the statement always. He enjoys, he is in bliss, he is in total happiness, not because of anything or being, in spite of everything around him, being or not being. He is eternally happy. Ramate. How? Bala unmattavat eva. Unmattavat balavat eva. How do we see the children? Look at the small baby. It roams around and it amuses itself. It talks for itself. No language. It is beyond language. Balavat. And in that age, they don't understand anything. They cannot express anything as we all express. But they will try to say something, they will try to speak something, and you can see in the website, in the WhatsApp, etc., certain messages come. You feel so happy when you see such completely innocent children. Think? Balavat, they have no rhyme or reasoning in the world. They are happy. When are they sad? Only when the Madhya Pradesh is empty. When the mother gives the child to the feed, that is enough. After that, the child doesn't want anything. In fact, the child has no value for anything. You give them a toy, it plays with the toy for some time. After that, it will throw it away. You give the child a diamond, 24 carat diamond. I don't know what it is, carat and beans and all, I don't know. But you give them the diamond necklace, it will play. After similar time, it will throw it away and go. Why? It has no difference between a toy or a gold diamond necklace, diamond pearl studded necklace. It has no value for anything. All it knows is be happy. Think. The reason there is no ego in the child. Problem starts when that aham comes in. Think. Until that ego comes, the child may be walking naked. It does not understand what is shame. When all others say shame, 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 shame and clap their hand, the child also claps the hand because it sees people clapping, it also claps. It doesn't have the shame that it doesn't have clothes. Is it not? Think. It is in highest bliss. And the mother teaches the child, close, you wear that panty, whatever briefs, it will wear, but it doesn't have any difference. Why? It has no body identification at all. Think. When people run, it will also run. When people dance, it will also dance. Everything the child does, but not a single thing the child owns. The child never owns any activity for itself. The child has no preferences. The child has absolutely nothing. It's only joy. That is why the equation says God plus ego equals man, woman included. Therefore, man minus ego must be God. So the factor which differentiates from the Daivatvam and Manushyatvam is what? Ego. Bala Unmattavat. Unmattavat is what? Madman. One is Balavat, another one is Unmattavat. Unmattavat, the one who is mad. The one who is mad also has no identity. Think. He may be doing anything, everything. He may tear papers, he may tear his own clothes. He has no identity. There is no ego, even an iota of ego is not there in him. So there is no difference between Bala and madman. Why? Both of them have the same level. No ego. Think. Balonmattavat. Bala unmavat iva. The word is very interesting. Iva is for us to understand. For you and me to understand. Why? Because we have seen children, we have seen the madman, and we are seeing ourselves. We don't require any other third person. There is one child, there is me, and there is this madman. Look at the difference. There is no difference between child and madman and Bhagavan. I stand as an odd man out because of the identification with my ego. Now look at that. How does he be in the world? Rathya charpata. Rathya means on the roads. Meaning he has no place to stay. He doesn't have a beautiful bungalow. All gadgets and equipments and furnitures and vehicles. Nothing. Rathya. He stays in the roads. Charpata. Virachita kantaha. Charpata meaning what? Rags. He picks up the clothes wherever it is available, probably puts it together. He doesn't even stitch, he probably might have tied it together. Charpata virachita kantaha. That way he makes one piece of cloth and then he covers. Why has he to cover? To reasons. One, he has to cover because of protecting himself from cold, heat, etc. Even though he has no body identification, it hurts. Therefore, he may have to, and that too, for you and my sake, he wears a cloth probably. And earlier we said, out in the temple on the roots of the tree he lies down. At that time, worms and ants and other creatures might come and bite him. For that sake, he might have been wearing. Probably. But that again is what? Rags. People like you and me will look at such people as poor people, beggar on the road. This is our evolution, that is their evolution. Our evolution is what? We look at him as Papa. And then we probably may give 1 rupee, 2 rupee, and this one, some food probably. He smiles and takes. And very many times you will find he doesn't know what to do with the money, he gives it to somebody else. Some food he takes because hunger will be there. Therefore, he might take some food. But how? Karatala bhikshaha tarutala vasaha, we saw. Like that he lives his life. Why? He has nothing to gain. He has nothing to lose. He has nothing other than his own experience of being at bliss. Therefore, Rathya Charpata Virachita Kantaha, a cloth worn out of the rags. Punya Vivarjita Pantaha, he is in that Marga. Which Marga? Pantaha here refers to Marga. What is that Marga? Marga is nothing but the higher Marga. And how? Punya Apunya Vivarjitaha. Punya, Apunya is Punya and Papa. He is beyond all the pairs of opposites. There is nothing called Punya, there is nothing called Papa, because both are there only when there is a Karta, a Bhokta. When there is no Kartritva, Bhoktritva Bhavana, when there is no individuality itself, for whom is Punya Papa? Punya and Papa are never in actions, they are in reactions. Param Puja Gurudev would say, actions does not bring sin. Sin is nothing but the reactions, regrets, pain, suffering, fear. All these are sin or Papa. But actions which is done without any kind of ego in it, without any kartritva, bhoktritva, bhavana, has no punya, has no Papa. Therefore, here is a monk who is punya, apunya, vivarjita. He is in the marga which is beyond the punya and Papa. Yogi meaning what? This monk who is talked about. Niyojita chittaha. Niyojita chittaha is what? He has set his mind towards that higher. And what is that higher? Yoga. Here yoga means Atma Jnanam. The one who has set his mind to the Atma Jnanam alone, for such a yogi or such a yogi, Ramate, he revels. What is the call here? The call here is remove the sense or the identity with the body. Rathya Charpata Virachita Kantaha. in Avadhuta Gita, in the 7th chapter, the 7th chapter starts with the same similar verse. In fact, the first two lines are bodily lifted. The Avadhuta Gita says, Ratya Karpata. Karpata, Charpata, there are two versions, but both mean the same. Ratya Karpata Virachita Kantha Punya Punya Vivarjita Pantha Shunyagare Tishtati Nagnaha Shuddha Niranjana Samarasamagnaha. Meaning is the same. Shunyagare. Shunyagare means he lives alone. Agare. Shunya agare. There is nobody else in his hut. He lives in a hut, which is as though deserted. What do you mean by deserted? It has no things. It has no people. He is completely aloof. Shunya agare nagnaha tishtati. Nagnaha, I mean what? Unclothed. He has not even bothered to clothe himself. Tishtati, he just remains undisturbed. Tishtati, Shuddha, pure, Niranjana, immaculate, Samarasa, Magnaha, he is absorbed completely in the unbroken, immaculate, pure bliss, which is Brahman. This is the glory of that extolled monk. Therefore, here is a path given. Here is a beautiful presentation of the higher state of existence. And the Acharya says, you are capable. March in that path. And forget everything. No more body identification. In fact, if we start analyzing about our body, very interesting point. What is that part? Now see, we see one body. If you analyze this body, you take the parts independently. Skin, flesh, bone, marrow, filth. This is all body. If you start scientifically analyzing, if you break open the part, you will find they are all made up of smaller tissues and etc. Finally, when you keep breaking up, it becomes molecules and then atoms, protons, neutrons. And when you actually open them, finally you'll find there is nothing. Like probably peeling an onion. An onion you start peeling one by one, thinking there is something inside. After you peel everyone, there is nothing. Similar is this body. If you keep peeling out everything, finally you will find there is nothing. Then what is this body? Body is Nama Rupa Prapancha. And Nama and Rupa are non-substantial existence. When I say non-substantial existence, the Nama and Rupa alone exist. There is no substance in it. If you break open, as I said, scientifically, the science students will explain. Finally, it comes to such small things and they also disappear in the process. Therefore, instead of bothering, worrying and over caring for this non-substantial body represented by what? Ratya Charpata Virajita Kantha. He has no care for the body. Now here one has to understand clearly. He doesn't have identification with the body. That is what it means, not care for the body. He has no identification with the body. He is beyond such identification with body, mind or intellect. And therefore, ramate. Now look at our case. We are so much attached to the body, we can't enjoy. Why? We have so many things to do to take care of this body. Think. Food is not the only thing. Clothing is not the only thing. Shelter is not the only thing. Those are given to us. But what is it that which makes us unhappy? Because our demands for caring this body in terms of all the other requirements, demands, wants, everything. And therefore, that is not there, therefore I am unhappy. This is not there, therefore I am unhappy. If that I get, I will be happier. If this I don't get, I may not be happier. Think. Therefore, problem is with the ego. Give up that ego. This what is the call? Bala unmattavat. Yogi ramate. Continuing. Kastvam koham kuta ayatah. Ko me janani ko me tatah. Iti paribhavaya sarvamasaram. Vishvam tyaktva swapna vicharam. Bhaja govindam. Bhaja govindam. Govindam bhaja mudhamate. The essence of this shloka is from world dependence, move towards God dependence and don't stay there. Further move towards self-dependence. This is the crux of this shloka. World dependence to God dependence to self-dependence. How? We will see. The Acharya here calls for a rational, logical, scientific, in fact, harsh analysis. What is the analysis here? He says, when will you ask yourself, who am I? Similar thought. What did I say? Rathya charpata virachita kantaha is only to indicate that I have nothing to do with the body. Now what am I? What is my understanding? I am this body. I am so and so. I am the son or daughter of so and so, so and so. I am the father of so and so, so and so. I am the husband of so and so, so and so. Wife of so and so, so and so. Like that we have so many identifications with one body, which is not me. Interestingly. But then I identify with the body and take up to so many relations. Now look at here. Kaha tvam. Tvam here refers to you, an other person. And kaha aham. Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? Kuta ayataha. From where have I come? Kame janani kome tataha. Kame janani. Janani means my mother. Tataha, father. Who are my mother and father? Now we have to go back to our earlier discussion where mother and father is restricted to only this janma, whereas so many janmas, bahunam janmanam ante. So many janmas, so many people were mother and father to me. So, kame janani kome tataha. All these, you, me, mother, father, then other relationships and all the attachments you can add along with that. All are, what is it? Where did it come from? Kuta ayata. Similar is the shloka in Viveka Chudamani we have often quoted. What is that? को नाम बन्धः कथमेष आगतः कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य कथं विमोक्षः को सावनात्मा परमः क आत्मा तयोर्विवेकः कथमेतदुच्यताम्. When you start inquiring, Bhagavan Sri Ramana very beautifully describes Ayamaham kuto bhavati chinvatah aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Nija vicharanam, when you start inquiring, aipatati, this, what is that? Aham aipatati. The I will drop. Which I? I of my identification will drop. So inquire. What has happened all these years is we have never inquired. Because we have not inquired, how will the understanding come? We are so preoccupied in the worldly affairs that we have no time to inquire. Think. Therefore, Acharya here says, inquire, what is this body? Just now I said, in the previous shloka while we discussed, non-substantial entity is body. And who is the substantial entity? Vishnu. Vishnu is the substantial entity. Here it is said Vishnu. Vishnu is a representation of Atman. He says, Sarvam Vishwam Asaram. Sarvam Vishwam Asaram meaning what? Asaram is non-substantial. This whole world is non-substantial. It is absolutely a Maya. Iti paribhavaya. Paribhavaya means please come to see, come to know and come to see and come to experience what? This whole world is nothing but Maya. That is not what is going to be bring me happiness. You remember 4 things. What is that? Port. Port meaning what? Possession, obligation, relationship and transaction. These are the 4 things, port, which causes so much of trouble and pain in our life. So, one has to get out of it. Only then one will be happier. Therefore, paribhavaya sarvam vishwam. There is nothing in the Vishwam which is worthy of possession, because everything is impermanent, ephemeral. Therefore, swapna vicharam tyaktva. Swapna vicharam, very beautiful word used here. What is the swapna vicharam? Swapna is, here with this reference, building castles. Whenever we dream, what do we dream? That which has made a strong impact in my mind. Isn't it? And we also find ourselves attached to it. That alone we dream, and that is not the supreme. Therefore, swapna vicharam tyaktva, then you have to supply bhaja govindam. Now see, world dependence. We have been depending on the external world for everything. Acharya says, move towards God dependence. And from God dependence, one has to move towards self-dependence. Here self is again not this body, not this mind or intellect, but self refers to that enlivening principle which alone I am, and not the body, mind and intellect. स्वप्न विचारं त्यक्त्वा गोविंदम भज. Continuing. त्वयि मयि चान्यत्रैको विष्णुः व्यर्थं कुप्यसि मय्यसहिष्णुः भवसमचित्तः सर्वत्र त्वं वाञ्छस्य चिराद्यदि विष्णुत्वं. भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. Acharya says, Vyartham kupyasi. Kupyasi meaning what? I get angry. Which is Vyartham, wasteful. Why do I get angry in life? Because it's our everyday, every moment experience. Why? Mai asahishnuhu. Because I cannot tolerate. Why I cannot tolerate? Because of anyatra. Anyatra meaning what? I see me as different from you, you as different from other different from others. Mayi tvayi cha anyatra mayi asahishnuhu. When I see all of them separately, then I cannot tolerate. Because of what? Because of raga dvesha. Likes and dislikes are the ones which mainly drive people in life. I want this, I don't want this. Why? I like this because I don't like this. Raga dvesha is the major cause of pain and suffering. Therefore, Acharya says, Ekaha Vishnuhu Samachittaha. With proper mind, see Sarvatra Ekaha Vishnuhu. Everywhere if I see only Bhagavan and not Tvayi, Mayi, Anyatra, Mayi Asahishnuhu. And what do I do? Vyartham kupyasi. Vyartham is what? Useless, wasteful. I get angry. Acharya says, Tvam sarvatra samachittaha bhava. Samachittaha meaning what? Be equanimous to all the opposites. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau. Shitoshna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarchitaha. All these statements in the Bhagavad Gita is for what? For us to understand, to maintain that calmness, not being part of anything that happens. Meaning, don't get identified with the likes and dislikes of the mind, which you have nothing to do. Likes and dislikes are the nature of the mind. The mind, when it is transacting with the world outside, it has picked up certain likes, it has picked up certain dislikes. It is the nature of the mind. I have nothing to do. I am beyond the concept of body, mind and intellect. Therefore, when I focus my mind into that aspect of me, I am unaffected. Therefore, samachittaha bhava. And what will happen? Vanchasi. Vanchasi meaning what? Whatever you ask for. Yadi achirat vishnutvam vanchasi. When you look only for Vishnutvam, achirat, very soon. Meaning here what? Yadi Vishnutvam vanchasi. If you ask for only Vishnutvam and not for all these varieties of things and beings of life, yadi Vishnutvam vanchasi, achira, with no time you will get it. Therefore, forget everything in life. Nothing is worthy in this life. Then the question will come. Then why so many things happened? Why so many things started? All because of this demanding mind. Mind feels. Now please note this word. Mind feels. If that is there, I will be happy. Mind feels. If this is not there, I will be happy. Gurudev very often takes this example. One man is desperately wanting to divorce his wife for happiness, and the neighbor is waiting so that he can marry that lady. For what? Both want happiness. One wants to give up, one wants to attach. Very interesting example. All these are nothing but an education to all of us. Nothing in this world can give me that happiness which I am looking for. Because all of them fall short in giving me that happiness. I want permanent, eternal, everlasting, never-ending, complete, total, uncontaminated, unsullied, pure happiness. And none of the world can give me that. Why? Everything is ephemeral. Everything is perishable. Then why am I caught up in that? All because of one mistake. Only one and only one mistake we have made. That is, I have taken this body to be me. As long as I attach my body, I am attached to my body and I think I am the body, then suffering supplied free. You know, in the malls when you go, they say, buy 3, take 1 free. Here you don't have to buy or pay money. Ask one, world is free. For what? Pain and suffering. There is nothing in that. Therefore, Bhaja Govindam. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.